Guys, here we are, in the barn wheat plantation. It took me a while, but I wanted to check everything and test few things just to give you some good quality build. This one is pretty cool, but first of all, just look at this. How cool it is. What a vibe in the barn. I have to say before we start, I think this is my favorite building because of the style and the vibe, and I think the plantation fits very well here in the barn. So in this video we will go over this build. I will tell you what we are doing, how to build it, but also why we are doing it and how the whole idea works. I will give you a lot of tips about the gameplay, and at the end of the video we will go and sell the products, so you will see exactly how much money you can make. If you like this one, then subscribe for more. I'll make more content like this. But let's start with a small overview and what we actually want to achieve with this build. And first of all, I was looking for a passive business for a late game with a very small input that you have to do. I will show maybe in the background my warehouse because there currently I'm running more active build with the meth factory. It is very similar to my guide for the barn crystal lab, but it is in the location of the warehouse. There you have to restock all the shelves, take care, make a lot of orders and mix all the goods. It is also well automated, but it requires you more attention for sure. This one can be run very passively, but we still want to make a ton of money. And we will achieve that by selling a ton of just cheaper basic product. Instead of mixing everything 10 times and be busy with constant resupplying or even worse, let me explain first why does it even works. There will be timestamps in the video. If you want to skip to some other parts, then feel free, but I highly recommend that you listen to what I will tell about the build, then you will understand how we are going to play it. Guys, the reason this build works is because of this game mechanic that I call a budget or just a pocket of a customer. There's many misconceptions about this one, even around very good players, so be careful. But we know that customers have a certain budget, so when you offer them a deal, you can check it by placing a lot of product or high quality product, and then you can adjust the price to see how much exactly money they have. We also know that their budget is higher if they like you more, so their relationship is stronger. Also, their budget will increase while you are playing the game, so with your progress, their pocket will increase. Some players think that each day there will be small amount added to their top of the range. I think personally this is just because of gaining XP and gaining levels, but we are not really sure about this one. But it is not that important. What is important is that we know that there is a budget of the customer and it is growing with your progress. And also it is capped at certain points, so it will not grow forever. Okay, so why even talk about this one here? Some players, when they see that their customers have more money, they start increasing the prices, which can be also a good strategy, but what we are going to do is just to sell more quantity. In the late game, we will also adjust the prices, but the main idea of this build is quantity over quality. So let me show you an example of what we are talking about. Let's say I put just a standard quality for this amazing customer. His standards are high, but we just put a simple basic green crack with standard quality. Let's go with the price, and let's say the chances are appearing. We have 68% chance of selling those 5 bricks to him for 4,000. Now, what will happen if I just give him the same amount, so 5 premium this time quality, though the chances are 69%, so the difference is only at 1% chance of success, and that's it. We get the same amount of money. So here I have also my super good, very high quality meth with a lot of mixes on it. We mixed it 9 times to achieve this price, but again, even with this product I cannot go over his budget, and even if we go to again those 4K, we still have the same chance, right? So it doesn't matter if I sell him high quality crystal or if I just sell few bricks of just regular product. We will have exactly the same amount of money. Of course, you can calculate the production costs and so on, but believe me, it is a very little cost for the bricks like this. When we do the sales by the phone, it will be slightly different. Guys, here we have an example of a sale done by the phone. Mr. Tobias here, his standards are high, so he ordered 50 tiles green crack. So if I give him a standard product, so 2 bricks and 2 jars, his chance will drop to 90%. I give him 50 green crack, but he has 10% chance of not buying it, which in my opinion, that's something that we cannot allow. But if I give him his standard high, the chances will be 100%. So what does it mean for us? If you progress to the game where you unlocked the higher zones, so you will have to make also a little bit of the premium quality. We will mostly produce a standard quality for all of the customers and the lower zones, but while you unlock other higher zones, then we will also produce premium quality. So like you see, even selling just basic product, we can still make a ton of money. And because the sales are so high, the curfew bonus is also very high. So that's the whole idea, quantity over quality. And we still, I will show you right now, we still make some good product as well in our bungalow. And that's another part of the strategy, because there is a cap on how much product you can sell to the customer via phone and via dealers. And we will counter it by mixing some wheat in the bungalow, fully automatic. Again, this movie is on my channel, but I'll explain it in a second. So guys, here we are at the bungalow. Here I use it as a mixing space. We will need just a little bit of a more expensive product. This is for the customers that have a lot of money, and when they make an order, they will be capped at 50 pieces. So when they ask us for 50 pieces of green crack, that means they probably have more money than what they can order. And therefore here we prepare for them the product. You can mix it anywhere you want. I use this build because it is fully automatic, and like I said, I want to make it as passive as possible. The product, the mix for the green crack, I put on the screen. It is 4 mixers required. That's enough for us to cover the best customers in the game. It is called, in my game, it is wedding cake. In yours, it will be probably different name, but those are the effects. And yeah, we just need just a little bit of it. So even if you do this, let's say manually or in any other way, you just need a brick or 2 and you will be golden. So let's go and see the gameplay. How our gameplay will look like. Let me explain. Here we just wake up, it is 7 AM. First thing I do, I'll just make an order for my bungalow. In this way, the guys will be busy with mixing our high quality wheat just for those few customers. So we will order Addy horse, it is bean and blue, and I will select bungalow, and that's it. This part is completely done because the rest is automated. So now, what do we do here at our main plantation? This is also very low maintenance. Like I said, for me, the aim is to make it passive business. However, if you are in the mid game and you're just unlocking barn, you can make it a little bit more active and do things your way. But for me, I want this to be passive. Therefore, I have a lot of stock for my employees. They can run this factory for many days, and I don't do this very often, to be honest. From time to time, when I see the stock is full, I will just open the product and do some sales. You can make it your main business as well and just make it more active at the beginning before you have the money. Because overall the build is quite cheap. The most expensive thing is to have a big stock of seeds and the soil and fertilizer and so on. This is probably the most expensive, but don't worry if you don't have yet the money. You will just have a little bit less of the stock. You will have to just replenish it more often, let's say. And if you don't have even money for that, you can start with lower amount of plants. That will also work, because then you have less customers and you have just less stock, and it all works. So what do we have to do? We are quite full, but I will just show you. We only need to supply 3 products plus some jars, right? And that's everything that we do. And you can do everything via deliveries. So we will go to Dan's Hardware. I will order at him just some soil, and we will choose barn. Here is a small tip. If you can, just choose dock number 2, because number 1, I will show you, number 1 is where the employees are spawning. So if they are on the break and standing here, they can be hit by a van, they can die, they can be launched in the air and throw around. Also, if the van is here and you will like forget to unload it, let's say, and will stay here for long, they will have no place to come and rest between the tasks, so they will be kind of stuck waiting for the truck to disappear. So the best way is to use the dock number 2 only, unless you know it's the middle of the day. The guys are, because they are all working constantly, like you see, they are not coming for the breaks almost at all. So if you are here and you know you will unload it on time, then feel free to use it, but overall advice, use dock number 2. So okay, here we will order some soil. At Hank I will order just maybe few jars as well, and some fertilizer. I have some stock, so I'm good with this. We'll choose dock number 2 again. So they will just arrive one after another. And the next one, of course, is the seeds. So you can unlock all your suppliers to do deliveries for you, but you have to be friendly with them, or very friendly, or whatever it is, loyal, I think, right? So if you don't have this option to deliver, of course, you can just schedule a meeting via text message, but highly recommend to work on your relation with them. So keep ordering, keep making those drops. Even what I was doing is, when I had the option to just do the meeting, I was still doing meetings and the drops just to unlock as fast as possible this option. Because right now I can just order via app to the barn. It is very easy. I have all delivery schedule, and when they will arrive, we will just place it to the racks, and that's it. And the guys will produce a ton of stock, but we will need this because we are going to sell ton of product as well. So like you see, they produce just a little bit of premium, those for the better customers, and the rest is the standard. Now, all customers in first 4 zones, so up till docks, the maximum standard is moderate, which is perfect for us. Only the higher zones will have standards high, so majority of your product will be just standard green crack. Now, why do we have a green crack and not the other one? It is simply because green crack has the biggest addictiveness level out of every other product. So the basic OG Kush have 0, purple have also 0, diesel have 10%, so in theory you could use this one as well if you want. But this is of course the biggest one. And just to talk about addictiveness a little bit, it is not very clear yet what does it really does. There are some different theories. I think it just makes the clients accept your offer more often. So relationship will give them better budget, and they will overall offer you a better price as well. They will offer you more money per unit. And addiction is sometimes when you go to the customer and he just refuses to talk to you. I think this is where addiction comes in, and you have a bigger chance that they will accept the offer. So the setup is actually very clean. Employees are not blocking, they are working basically all the time. It is pretty clean because we have a cleaner packing, making bricks, and so on. And the place just feels really good. And you can feel like a real drug lord because we are pumping ton of product. We are selling bricks, kilos of wheat. So super cool. At the same time, our bungalow is working. Okay, let's unload the trucks. It doesn't take much really, and you don't have to do it very often. My racks are almost full, so I order a little bit too much, but Just to show you, I like to keep all of them full. And by the way, barn has a lot of space, so you can put some extra racks if you want for your extra stock or for the surplus. Here we have some fertilizer and just a few jars. That should be enough to cover everything. Fertilizer, we don't need that much. We run, like I said, just a little bit of product of higher quality. That's why we use it. So that's that. We'll replenish a few jars. That should be enough. And the seeds are coming in a second. Probably the most expensive stock out of everything. We will fill all the shelves and then we are good for a few good days. That's it. We are done. I'll just put a surplus a little bit. This is basically everything that we do. Now we only have to come here from time to time, pick up stock, and we can do the sales. We will also have to go to the bungalow to pick up the better product. And just as a bonus, I will show you now how my sweatshop look like. So I'm also using a little bit the sweatshop. I have just few drying racks just to have, just in case, some extra quality products if I ever need so. I don't always remember about this place, so it's kind of on the side just in case. And by the way, those lights are not necessary, they are not working together. It's just for aesthetics and for visuals. But I can come here if I ever need, and maybe we will just take a few, because we will just check at the bungalow how it works. So let me just skip to the bungalow. The guys here are working. We ordered the truck at the morning, they unloaded it. They are mixing and prepare for us the better product. I will quickly drop my product from the bungalow, that's fine. They are making some higher quality, like the more expensive product, which we will need. So basically that's it. We'll make here some higher quality product, not only quality, but it's more expensive. We will need this, I will explain it where we do the sales. We will produce a ton of wheat at the barn and we are ready to make some sales. But before, this will be at the end, let's go and see how to set it up. Alright guys, so let's start to build this up. We are here at the empty barn. We'll start with placing beds. We will need 10 of them for our 10 employees. This is how we will place them to fit as many as possible. 4 like this. And then 3 between the columns and 2 on the other side. And 1 will go downstairs. In terms of pots, we will use those moisture preserving pots. We tested it. They perform slightly better with the high maintenance products such as wheat. Wheat grows very fast, you have to harvest it a lot, and this pot slightly outperforms the air pot, which is better a little bit with the coca leaves. But this is how we're gonna place it. You can do it your way. I recommend it. This one, I tested it for many days, was looking for just optimal build so the employees don't get stuck. And this works the best for me. I didn't see employee getting stuck at all for many days. So you can follow this one. We will need in total 40 pots and of course 40 racks and 40 LED lights. So we will place 4 sections of 8 like this. This will be 1 section per employee, and last section will be divided a little bit. So we will put it just in the middle so you can see the empty can fit still here. We will build those between all the columns here. Just make sure that they are perfectly in the middle. So again, employees can pass here. We'll build the racks as well. Right, so here it is. Again, employees have space to walk around. They can reach a second point from here, same as player. So if you want ever to cut a plant, you can reach the other behind, and that's the same rule is applied to the employees. Therefore, they will not get stuck anywhere. Now the next step will be to place our trash cans. This step is actually more important than you think, because cleaners love to get stuck. So keep them at the position like mine. They will have enough space to maneuver. We cannot really pass here, but they will be able, and they are exactly in the middle and will cover all the area here. The next one will be also in the middle, but a little bit slightly to the other side, and this one will be here. So keep the same location for them, or the spot, and therefore your employees will never get stuck, and that's crucial for this build. And also they will cover the most of the area over here. So this is done. Now we'll build a supply rack for our stations or for our plantation. Do not place them directly next to the pots. We have to make some space, otherwise employees will get stuck. That's also important. I'm trying to align them just for visuals, so they are in the middle and align with each other. We will need 4 of them. We have 5 stations for 5 employees. I'm using 4 supplying racks. You could have 5, but 4 works pretty good. I tested it for many days and all of it works. Okay, then I want to start with the brick press. I'll place it for every section. I'll place also a packing station. We will need some jars. So I'm just trying to align everything with the columns, so it looks at least pretty good. I'll put some racks behind for the jars. Make sure that they have access here, so they can access it from the side. I just like to place also like a rack for myself or my stuff here. I'm not the best designer in terms of the look, so do it your way. It is quite flexible. Now, one advice from building the racks for your stock is to move it from the walls a little bit. I had it many times that employees were walking outside of the building, reaching the shelf from outside through the wall. So to avoid that, I just don't place them to the wall anymore. I always just leave some extra space. And if you are at the beginning of the barn, let's say you got not that much money, you can get much less stock. This is for the end game kind of build. So I want to have my fertilizer here. I want to have my rack for seeds. So I have 4 supply racks and I will have 4 racks with seeds. I can have much less racks for the soil. Soil is used less often. So for 3 seeds, you need 1 bag of soil. So the ratio is 3:1. So you don't need that much space for the soil. However, I just like to have it slightly more. And then we will build few racks just to keep our final product. So I like to have like at least 3 racks for the jars and 3 racks for the bricks. So that's it. We can place also some extras just to separate the bed from our working space and maybe use it for some extra stuff. And I can just leave this here. So that's pretty good. Just to remember what everything else you can place, like the wooden signs and so on. So the setup is very simple. We have a lot of space, but let's hire the employees and see how to connect them. Alright, in terms of team, we will need 5 botanists, 1 cleaner and 4 handlers. Let me attach the bed for them. Alright, we attach all the beds to our employees. Let's start with attaching their workstations. So we will start maybe with a trash can. Let's see if we place the trash cans in the correct position. So we will do this, and the last one. Let's check if all the areas are properly done. Here I think it could be slightly to the left. This looks good. I think this one place it slightly like this, just to have it more coverage on the corner there. I think this is fine. Let's then move to the botanist, and now if you hold shift and you select the pots with your left click, you can do it very quickly. When you want to select the last pot, release the shift, so no longer holding the shift, and I click the pot and everything is done. He will also take supplies from the first rack close to his station. We will attach every single botanist like this, so this will be the next. Release shift, and of course I forgot about the supplies, but this will be rack number 2. Number 3. Number 4. And the last one, he will take all pots that are in front. That's the way how I did it. I kind of like it. Seems pretty good. Has 8. And we will collect supplies from one of the rack here in the middle. So our botanists are done, and maybe let's fix our pots. So you can select all of them, you don't have to hold shift, you just left click all of them. So first spot you press E. Seat, you don't have to select any unless you have multiple on the same rack. We will not use any additional things here, we just want a destination, and this one will go to the packing station. So those will be made in the jars. Our second, let's say, working station with the pots will be going to the brick press. Third spot will be going to this one. Now the last part, this is the one that I want to add fertilizer. This is the one that will give me this premium quality and will be used for the better customers. And this one will go to separate brick press. This is important because if you place 2 different qualities to a brick press, it will get stuck. So this for sure have to have separate brick press. Remember about this one. Now the last 8 pots. This is also something that can be flexible. Let's say depending on where are you at the game. You can make more jars, you can make more bricks. Let's say you can add 4 pots. If you feel like you need more jars, let's say you can add 4 jars to the packing station and 4 to brick press. The same with the first station. If you don't need that many jars, you can place them to the brick press. It is kind of flexible, so you have to get this kind of feeling how it goes and how the sales are going, how much your customers are buying. In my case, they will make a huge order, so I prefer to have more bricks. And actually what we are going to do is I'll select 4, I will place them to the second brick press, and those 4 I will split and put them to the first brick press, so they are kind of like equally divided, right? Okay, so let's take care of the handlers. So my first one, we'll assign him to the packing station. He will be the guy responsible for the jars. We will add him also a few routes. He needs to supply his jars. In this case, I'll use the last rack and supply the packing station. So what I also want him to do is to keep this stack that is attached to packing station always filled. So I'll select second rack to refill the main rack, third to this one, the first one here. This way, if I fill all of them with the jars, he will be constantly replacing the missing jar at the main rack. I hope that's clear. So this is this first guy. Second guy, he will have one brick press, and we will make few roots. Here I will keep my fertilizer, so from this rack he will supply only one supply rack from this part. This is only the one that will use it. But the same story what we did with the jars, I want this to be running for multiple days, so we will also resupply fertilizer to the main rack. Those routes are optional, like I made 4 routes here with only fertilizer. If I ever need to add anything else, I can cut them and get it a little bit less. We know that he's supplying only one supply rack, so you don't need that much of fertilizer. The third guy, he will do another brick press. He will be responsible for the seeds, so this will be my rack with the seeds, and he needs to supply every single rack. Supply rack, I mean. Okay, our next guy, which one is it? It's Cynthia, okay. She will do the last brick press, and she will be moving soil to our supply racks. So the soil is not replenishing that fast. The seeds will go much faster. Soil, it is one soil per 3 seeds, so we don't need that many racks. I will supply, let's say, oops, I'm not sure if I pressed the correct one. I will supply from 1 rack with soil, 2 supply racks, that's fine, and I can take from the other one here. But this way I will have to keep those 2 racks filled with soil always, but this will last for a very long time. Now let's set up the stations because they don't have destinations yet. Okay, so we want our packing station to have destination to our place with final product. So this will be the one. And our bricks will have all separate racks. This will be the last section. So the first brick press goes here, second in the middle, and the last to the last rack. Now, that's that. We have also a few routes left over on some of our employees. So I want to use them, and what they will do is, for example, this is the place for our jars, and here is where the employee will bring them. But I want this employee to just move those jars to the next shelf, therefore creating more space, and we can run the factory this way for many days without taking them. So let me grab another one, and he will do very similar thing. So he will take the jars from first and just move them to third. Therefore, they will fill all those 3 racks. We'll do also, we have I think like 2 more routes. We can use them, for example, this is optional, but this is the rack with our soil. So 2 first racks will supply 4 stations, but the third rack will be like our kind of extra storage, so we can move it to the main rack. I hope this is clear. And the last, we have 1 more route, so we can do the same step, but this time the soil from third rack will go to rack number 2. And that's it, we are set up, I think. Let's order some goods. I will skip some time when the goods are here, and I will show you how to set up the supply racks, because this might be also kind of important, I think. And ordering for the first time, this might be quite expensive, so just scale it down if you don't have the money for it. We just only need few things, so I will order jars at Dan's. We will order also some soil. We have to use the extra long soil, and some fertilizer. So let's say we will for now just grab extra long life soil, like 80 pieces, and maybe 80 fertilizers. Again, if you can, just select dock number 2. We don't need anything from GasMart. I also recommend to use those wooden signs to just mark for yourself where everything should go. It will be just a little bit easier at the beginning to supply everything and to not make mistakes. So final jars, bricks, soil, seeds, and fertilizer will go here. That's everything that we need at this setup. So now when we are starting to fill the racks, it is important how they are connected. So we know that every single rack with the seed will be connected to every supply rack. Therefore, always keep some at every single rack, right? You have to split your stock if you are just starting. We know that, for example, from the soil, it will be similar thing. So we have to keep those 2 racks at least half full just to start. The jars will go from the last rack to the packing station. So this one we will prioritize. Now, how to set up the supply racks? Before the employees will start work, do it yourself for the first time. So this one will use fertilizer, but we need at least 1 bag of soil, 1 fertilizer, and we will fill it up with the seeds. And that's it. Therefore, your handlers will always keep the stock at the supply rack in the same ratio, because how it is when they use, let's say, 1 bag of soil, handler will bring 1 bag and he will always keep them supplied like this. And your botanist, he will always just grab 1 piece. Even if he has to fill, all of the pots, he will just come, grab 1, go back, grab 1, and so on. So your handler have the time to refill everything. Our second rack, this is the one that we connected 2 employees to it. 2 botanists from 2 different pots are connected here. Therefore, I want to set it up a little bit differently. I'll put more soil, and this will be the ratio. It will be all working like this. The last 2 small racks, you can fill them just with 1 soil and 3 seeds. Again, this is ratio 3:1. First and second like this. Third will have 2, and the last one will have fertilizer as well. And that's it. We have our supply racks set up. Alright, everything is filled in. I have some stock just to start. We have supply racks filled in with the proper ratio. All the routes are done. Let me go to sleep and we will just start the day and see if everything is good. Alright, so it's the next day. Let's see if our employees will start the work. Everybody is going to do their things. I love it. So he will just resupply the station, that's fine. Meanwhile, we have some trucks to unload, so we can have more stock. We are filling everything with time. So the first kind of restocking, hey man, be careful. So first restocking might be quite difficult if you want to make it kind of more passive and last for more days, of course, right? So our plantation is looking pretty good. Everybody is working. We have first plants and first harvest. Let's see, we have few jars already. We have few bricks done. This one from this station will be a little bit slower because we have to add this fertilizer. So it slows it down, but it is coming. I think Cynthia will just bring it. So we have first brick with premium. And we have few bricks here, which is fine. Also few jars. So that's pretty cool. Everybody's working. Let me see the cleaner. He will struggle a little bit at least at the first day because everybody is just putting all the seeds. So he has a lot of work, but don't worry, he will clean everything with time. So yeah, that looks pretty good. Looks like we didn't miss anything. I will run it for just a little bit more and skip it. I want to see if I didn't make any mistakes. Just a small tip, if you are at your first day here, you will have slightly less stock than normally, so maybe don't open the product yet, just open it second day. First day is just a startup when everybody starts from 0, and from the second day you just catch the flow and you will make with this build on average around 44 bricks and around 55 jars. Everything works here. We have every single product that we wanted and the guys are replenishing. So let's go and do some sales. I will switch to my main account where I'm running this build. Alright, so here we are at my main setup. The only thing I want to add is you can add some like decoration, few shelves, some lights. It looks pretty cool. I highly recommend this. I'm not going to show you this. I'm not the best at making it looking pretty. I'm mostly interested in running production and making, money. I'm not the best at designing. Few tips, like I can place here a CPU for my bungalow, so whenever I have to order, I can just do it from here if I forget. Just few extra little touches and it feels more cozy. I don't use those lights at the barn. Those are pretty cool from the plants, and also I installed some whatever it's called, those lanterns, and it gives much better vibe. I also added, like, in those few empty spots some light. This is optional, obviously this is more cost, but I think for the aesthetic it looks slightly better. But do it your way, don't worry. I just show you this, maybe you get some inspiration and put it your way. But I'm going to sleep and I will open the product and we will do some sales, and I will also explain how to do this so it all works and is connected together. Alright, so here's the start of the day. It's 7 a.m. The guys are already at work and I'll open our product, which is standard green crack. I didn't adjust prices at all. It is all good. Like you see, we got all the offers straight away. So let me now explain how this will work. My customers here at this account, they are not all maxed out. If we go to higher zones, I don't have very good relations with them yet. They are not addicted. Still working on that. So that's all fine. I think in the lower zones it should be all better, yes. So if you know your customers and you know what is their budget, you can counter offer and make it higher prices. But for now, it is all good. If somebody order a round number like this, it means 1 brick plus 2 jars. I'm completely fine with it. I'll schedule everybody at night, so we can get the curfew bonus as well. So here, for example, I can try to, she order 15, which is 3 jars, but we can try to counter offer it to give her a brick. Now here at the bottom it says fair price, which helps you to understand how much you should charge them. If you know the budget of the client, the only thing you cannot do is to go over. Otherwise, you can try to give them a counter offer, and most of the time they will agree, and we schedule it at night. When they order more, I'll show you more example how to set it up. So we have another example. Kyle ordered 15. This guy, I know him, he is on top of the lowest zone, right, of top of the customers. He has the money. We can easily counter him till 1 brick and make it more than $1,000. So we even charge slightly more and he will agree. You can test it out and even charge more if you want. For me, it's fine. I have the money. You know, those are the better customers with better quality. They order much more. We will run this one up to 40, so we give 2 bricks and we just increase the price slightly. For like 2 bricks, 2,000, I think that's a good offer. She will agree. The more they like you, the more often they will agree. Another one, Greg ordered 1 brick, fine by me, not going to adjust anything. Our favorite Herbert, 35 pieces. Obviously we'll counter it to make it 2 bricks and make it 2,000. And they all agree. This one, 1 brick plus a jar. For me that's fine. By the low standards, you see that he is lower zone as well. Probably don't have much money. I don't know this client too much, but probably have around, 1,500 at his pocket. So we will just leave it like it is. And let's do more. Geraldine has pretty good money, but it's fine. We take 1 brick, and now this is where it's getting interesting. So Pearl ordered 50 pieces, and like you see, this is a cup, and this is the only struggle, and this is the only reason why we need a better product. So like we know at the bungalow, we order the goods at the morning. The guys are mixing the product. So what you can do. She ordered for 2,600. If you know she has more money, then you can select other product. And we are looking for the ones that is done at our bungalow. We can offer it. Obviously, the price is much better than what she offered, but if we know her budget, her pocket, and I guess maybe this is around 3,000 right now, we'll just give her just enough pieces so it will go around 3,000, right? And we will also charge her for that amount. Let's see if she will agree, but this is how the counter offer, how to do a counter offer for those high customers from the top zones, right? We have to change the product if they are capped on the wheat. So we give her a different product for $500 or $600 more. She agreed and we schedule her at night. So that's why we need the bungalow to be mixing this special kind of wheat. We obviously, I am also running meth currently at the warehouse, so I could offer her that. But just for the example, for this current business, this is how we deal with tier 1 customers. We have another ones. We have Mick with 12. We don't sell buggies, so we have to counter it till 15. Give him slightly better price for us, to be honest, and schedule him at night as well. Here we have Dean with 20. That's fine. See, they offered $1,000 for a brick because they are loyal to us. 15 for Philip. I think he should have, 1k on him. Maybe we'll go slightly below 1k. Let's see if he agrees. He does. That's good. Dennis 30. That's fine for me. Jessie with 20. I can counter her and get like 100 more, to be honest. Who else? Jen Hurd. I know she's a very good customer. Let's just counter it a little bit. Because I'm still didn't max her out. If I would have top loyalty, I would just give her another stack or something to just get more sales. Okay, we have 44 minutes till sales begins. Let me grab some stock, so we will take a premium. Let's take everything. Let's take some premium for the higher customers. Let's take a few stacks of those. Let's take also a few jars. Maybe not that much. I will need some space for another product because we have to jump into the bungalow and grab our high-end product. So see you in a moment. Alright, so our guys at the bungalow, they finish mixing. So that's all good. You know what? I probably have too much of bricks. Let me also grab this better product. So we offered some wedding cake, 26 pieces, and that's it. So I'll take one brick, and unfortunately I didn't realize it was 26, but that's fine. Do I have anything here? No, let me just discard this. I need to just prepare 6. Let me unpack this brick fast. We will just fast make those 6 pieces. I usually wouldn't do 26 because it's such an uneven number for us, but you know what, it is what it is. We will grab another brick with wedding cake because this is what we will need. So we need 1 brick and 6 pieces for pearl, and the rest we will sell. So let's go and do the sales. For all of those customers from the lower zones, they order 20 times green crack, then we just give them a standard quality brick, and that's it. The deal is done. Look how much we got, 1.2. That's fine. We go to the next one. The higher quality wheat we will leave for the higher zones. He orders 15. We give him 3 jars. That's fine. Jesse, 1 brick. Fine. 1.4. Let me see where we have to go under the bridge. George ordered 25, so it's a brick and a jar. It's all good. 1.6. Dean, 1 brick. So you see the sales are done very quick. No issues at all. It is actually pretty simple to sell it by bricks. It helps a lot. 20 times, sure. Where are those customers? Oh, I missed somebody. My god, that's not good. We have to go back. 1 brick, okay. I'll go back to this one customer. Geraldine, that's one of the best customers in this zone. He take only 1 brick. Maybe next time I will try to push for like 2 or some jars as well. Now we are entering those higher zones. So here we have Pearl. This is the customer that we decided to push for the wedding cake. So that's important to notice that this is a different product, 26. You're welcome, $3,700 together with curfew. Amazing deal with just such a simple product. This is extremely crazy. We don't have to mix anything 8 times or 10 or whatever. We just do what we do. Lily, 30 times. She has this higher quality, so I'll give her the purple star. And I don't have jars with purple, but that's fine because the chances are 97%. If we mix it like this, it is almost 100%. I take it, you know. Not going to bother. Same here. We will give her a brick plus 2 jars, 97%. Fine. 3 times out of 100 she will not agree. I think this is good compromise for what we are doing and how little effort we put into the production. For Mr. Herbert, 2 bricks, no problem, 2.4. Fiona, also a very good customer, 2 bricks, take it. We get 2.4 as well. 2 more customers. High standard, get a purple star and 2 jars. No problemo. And the last one, 1 brick of green crack, get a purple star. If we just want to give her a blue star and risk this 10%, that's also possible, but we are not going to do this. So this is it, all the sales are done. I'm going to sleep and let's see how much we made. I would just want to mention that we just did few customers because I have everybody attached to the dealers, so they sell all kind of different stuff. So we don't look at the dealers and how much they sell, they have different stuff as well. Some are missing the product, so it's not about the dealers, not in this video. It is about the sales that we do by ourselves. So I'm going to sleep and see how much money we make. So here we are. Let's see. We made sales of $25,000, selling only green crack and a little bit of wedding cake, that is slightly better with mixed by our bungalow. That's, I think, pretty decent. Again, this will be maybe different for you. Maybe you are in a different, stage of the game. Maybe you are medium or low player. That's all good. You can try to build it up to this point. Guys, that will be it for the build. If you have any questions, then just please comment. And I hope you enjoyed this one. Thanks for all the feedback. And guys, see you in the next one. Bye.